Hey, remember those three wise monkeys? See no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil. Cute, right? Except not really. Turns out ignorance isn't bliss. It's a breeding ground for some seriously messed up stuff. Think about it. If no one acknowledges the elephant in the room, it doesn't magically disappear. It just keeps getting bigger, smellier, and harder to ignore. We're talking about those moments when you know something's wrong. Maybe you see a colleague being harassed, perhaps you hear rumors of shady dealings in your company, or maybe you know something's rotten in the state of Denmark but you'd rather not get involved. This isn't about being a nosy neighbor or a drama queen, it's about basic human decency and the responsibility we share to call out injustice. Because here's the thing, when we choose to look away we become complicit, we become part of the problem. Silence is a powerful weapon. It protects the guilty and silences the victims. Look at any instance of corruption, abuse, or discrimination. What's the common thread? A culture of silence. Think about those scandals that rock governments and corporations, the ones that make you yell at the TV, how did nobody know? Well, somebody knew, they always do, but they were silenced, threatened, or simply too afraid to speak up. Take the Enron scandal, for example. For years, employees knew the company was cooking the books, but they were too scared to say anything, worried about losing their jobs or worse. The result? A massive collapse that cost investors billions and shattered lives. This isn't just about corporate greed or political corruption, it's about everyday injustices that fester and grow in the darkness. A society where people are afraid to speak out is a society on the brink. Imagine a community where domestic violence is rampant but nobody calls the police. Or a workplace where sexual harassment is an open secret but everyone's too afraid to report it. These are the consequences of a culture that values silence over truth. Here's the thing about ignoring problems, they don't just go away, they multiply. Like a bad case of the flu, apathy and indifference are contagious, spreading from one person to the next until the whole damn system is infected. Think about the climate crisis. For decades, scientists have been sounding the alarm about the devastating consequences of inaction. But our leaders, more concerned with short-term profits than the future of our planet, chose to ignore the warnings. And now, we're facing extreme weather events, rising sea levels, and mass extinctions. Congratulations, everyone, we played ourselves. Section 5. Manipulation thrives in the shadows. Silence isn't just a byproduct of fear or apathy, sometimes it's strategically engineered. Think about it. What's the best way to control people, keep them in the dark? Look at authoritarian regimes throughout history. They thrive on controlling the narrative, suppressing dissenting voices, and feeding their citizens a steady diet of propaganda. And it's not just dictators. Even in supposedly democratic societies, media manipulation and misinformation run rampant. We're bombarded with biased news, social media echo chambers, and carefully curated narratives designed to keep us divided, distracted, and disengaged. Section 6. The antidote. See, hear, and speak the truth. So what's the solution? How do we combat this culture of silence and apathy? It starts with you. It starts with each of us making a conscious decision to see, hear, and speak the truth, even when it's uncomfortable, inconvenient, or downright terrifying. Stay informed. Read widely, question everything, and don't believe everything you read on the internet, especially if it's shared by your crazy uncle. Support whistleblowers. These brave individuals put their careers and reputations on the line to expose wrongdoing. We need to have their backs. Speak up, whether it's calling out injustice online, contacting your elected officials, or simply having those difficult conversations with friends and family. Your voice matters. Section 7. Break the cycle, demand better. We've become far too comfortable with a world where corruption is rampant, injustice is normalized, and our planet is literally on fire. It's time to break the cycle. It's time to demand better. Challenge your own biases. Listen to perspectives that make you uncomfortable. Engage in respectful dialogue with those who hold different views. Don't be afraid to admit when you're wrong. Section 8. Choose awareness, choose action. The choice is ours. We can continue to be passive observers, complicit in our own oppression, or we can choose a different path. A path of awareness, action, and accountability. It won't be easy. It will be uncomfortable, messy, and often frustrating. But it's the only way to build a better, more just, and sustainable future. So, ditch the monkeys, open your eyes, ears, and mouths. And for the love of all that is good and decent, speak up.